Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today we are going to cover topic 4 is about the power tiller. Moving to next slide. So I think most of you are already familiar with the unit of power tiller or pedestrian machine. The other name of the power tiller is called compact tractor or pedestrian tractor or two-wheel tractor. It is similar as a conventional four-wheel tractor as a prime mover in the field, and the only difference is performed by the operator behind it. The concept is early introduced in 1920, and Japan is the first country to use it, and eventually will take over by many other countries to establish the true extension to be used other farmers, especially in India. And other than that, a lot of things can be done also. Same thing with a four wheel drive tractors, such as plowing, sowing, spraying, harvesting, and transportation of the wood or of the good of the agricultural products. The main components of the power tiller involve the engine. Of course, we need the engine, transmission gear, clutch, in this case, transfer to V-belt. Um, other than as compared to the conventional tractor that we have seen, it has a crankshaft, and then we have a wet clutch system. And in this case, also we have a brake and rotary unit, which is all power tiller fitted with a internal combustion engine, which is for IC. And right now, many manufacture for these components for this also this type of power tiller. Moving to next slide, the operation of power tiller. In terms of the power is obtained from the engine. Uh, so after the engine, so the power transmitted to the V-belt pulley, and also there is also a simple clutch system that goes from engine to the main clutch to V-belt. And we have a transmission gear, which is a simple transmission with a set of the gears, shaft, and bearing to transmit the power to the other implements. And similar to that, we have also brakes wheel, and this is the range for the pressure unit, and rotary unit. Power tiller have the power unit, rotary unit for the operation. This is depend on the different type of operation. We call it pulverization purposes, depend on the type of applications. Okay, and one thing that I probably want to add is the differential gear. Yes, this power tiller also have differential, uh, so that we could easily manipulate the differential lock to make a sharp turn. Okay, so this is many purposes of the power tiller, mainly for the simple application, and especially for the short operation, and for simple and small scale operation. Such operation can operate for plowing, puddling, land leveling. Especially you have seen a lot of people use it in paddy field, and smoothing to make pulverize the soil to make it very fine texture. And some of the farmers also use it for transportation, powering post-harvest equipment such as um, harvesting machine, sorting machine, as well as irrigation. And normally, like I said, this is small scale or farming, so the operation of the horsepower is between 10 to 15 horsepower. So you might want to estimate the cost, maybe about Ringgit Malaysia 1,000 per 1 horsepower. So moving along, this is Kubota, for example, Kubota IC engine, internal combustion engine. This is belong to TPU. This is an example of the machine that we are going to use for our training. And if you look at the transmission, so this is a few features that main features that you are going to learn. How to handle brake, gears, throttle, clutch brake, gear forward and reverse. And the only difference, if you see between the standard powertrain for the tractor and versus power tiller is the occurrence of a power take of PTO, which is there is no PTO for a power tiller, but that is power tiller for the standard tractor that rated for 550 or 100,000 for 1,000 RPM. Okay, so this is the instruction how to start the engine, and I want you to read through before the our practical exercise. So hopefully you will get some idea. And this is the attachment example of the attachment that can be done, can be attached to the power tiller. For example, the rotary machine, power tiller, um, rotavator, rotary plow, brush mover, and chipper. And for the chipper is normally we attach the belt system, okay, log splitter to break down the wood into pieces for the fire, and snow thrower normally in overseas they use it, the snow thrower to clear out the pathway. Sweeper, this is for the normally for the garden to clean up the pathway. Okay, flame mower to cut the grass. Okay, so many advantage that can be discussed of using a power tiller. For example, of course, when the size because of the size is smaller than conventional terrain of the tractor, so the cost can be expected is less relatively uh, cheaper than a standard 4W tractor, and easy to handle, less sophisticated, simple to operate, and versatile, can be attached to any small implement. And if you have a small area, the backyard, so relatively easy to deploy, and then in terms of the environmental compaction, it will be less to the soils compared to the heavy machine, so it will be good for your crop. Okay, so this is example of the land leveling that we can use for the paddy field. So you can see the people, the operators stand behind to put some weight behind it, and there's a steel wheel, so to get some better traction, and also weight for the tractor to be operated on this condition. And other than that, this is another example of the sickle bar to cut the grass. It's like the knife is like the hair cutter pretty much, and just simulate the condition how it's actually could also able to cut the wood right here. And this example sweeper to clean up the pathway, like I said. It can be also sand area, dusty area. It's not necessary to be a snowy area. Okay, so this is you can see lot of people like in Thailand, Philippines, and also in Vietnam. They utilize this machine other than in the field, also on the road for the transportation. Okay, so another example in India. So even because of the simplicity of the operation, even women can operate this machine to do rotation of the field, and perhaps also doing a seedling for the corn or soybean. So this is quite versatile for the machine. And in this case, in terms of the irrigation, we can utilize mechanical pump so to transfer the water for the irrigation. And we have also power tiller size for the harvesting, but for this is going to be like a lot of a bit more work than the standard combined harvester. So in this case, you still have to have manual operation, like collection of the rice straw and the paddy. And small size for the transplanting, we have the um, transplanter machine that can be operated on the farm, so relatively cheaper. And back to the question, so I want you to discuss on this with your group member about this question. If you have a 3 hectare area, so to cultivate the chili production, any or basically any vegetable, what would be the best tractor type for use? So in this case, you can consider power tiller as an answer. and then you need to state also need to consider what would be the best type of implement that's suitable for the operation. Other than that, if you have a bit more budget, you can consider also for the duty tractor, not only not only pedestrian tractor, because of the saving of the cost and also machine efficiency. So that will be next topic. So what is the difference between power tiller Faraday with the standard 4WD? I think that's more obvious. That already obvious. That already explained in the slide. Next, what is the benefit of power tiller as compared to 4WD? Is already mentioned. So and the rest, I think pretty much you have all the answers in the slide. So with that, thank you very much.